Okay, hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty well. Let's continue with Populous the beginning. Just get it loaded up here. There we go. Okay. So last time we were, I think, just before a timed mission. The mission from the depths, I believe it is. Yep, and we're going to be continuing playing this in the, yeah, what's it called? You know, hardware mode. I haven't added any other changes to it. I have had to look over suggested changes I could make, but, I don't know. Personally, I'm not too fussed that it's not widescreen. That's how I remember the game being. Anyway, yeah, level 10. I think that's this one here. I wish these little orbs were here. Anyway, let's get on with this one. This one is also a timed mission, I believe. I have had a terrible vision with scenes of death and destruction as our settlement sank into the sea. I must move swiftly if I am to save my tribe and wreak vengeance upon our enemies. Okay, so can I press pause somewhere? Here we go. Okay, Piers pause gives us time to have a look over what have we got here. So we've got a bit of a base here. What, like 2 houses, a temple, a fire warrior training hut, a boathouse, a number of villages, 13 of them, and our shaman. We haven't got a resurrection circle, you might note. Though I think if we check here, Chumara reincarnation site, yes. It seems like the... Wait, yeah, that's... I remember this. That it says Chumara reincarnation site for this spot. But obviously the tribe for this faction, for this level, is the Matak. And we don't have a reincarnation site either, so I don't know. And the Matak tribe are up here on their hilltop in the middle of this ocean. And their shaman is up in this tower here, overlooking our base. There's this tower here with a totem pole there. And there is absolutely nothing else on the map. But a tiny base. I forget how much time we have. Let's get started with it. I want you all to go in there. Oh geez, you're just going to start doing that straight off. Okay. Go in there. I want you to make some boats. Yeah, you're just sinking it straight off. I seem to remember she took some time to start doing that. Oh well. Well, one of my villagers died. Okay, good. You finished building that boat over here. Hop in this boat. Shaman hop in this boat too. Villagers go in there. Boats are a little difficult to use. Well, you're all dead. Bye. We need to clear this island. I seem to remember it took a little bit longer for them to start sinking your island there, but yeah, well. Okay. Hop off onto this island. There we go. And I want you all to start worshipping at this totem pole. I think that should be alright. Let's just put my shaman on there. And you two there. And you there. Just so it's just you two. Just in case. Okay. Hop into the boat, because I think that island actually sinks. And... from the depths of the ocean arises a landmass. Neat. Okay. And you'll note that there is a timer up there again. So we need to start doing things rather quickly, because this land won't be around forever. Neither will all of these wild men. Okay, you go there. You go in there. No, shaman. Don't you go in there. Go there. Okay, so we want to stop standing around like that. I think they're trying to get to, like, my base, which was over there, but yeah, they can't. Because there's no overland path. Okay, what's this say? Shaman, the totem pole across the water can give you the land you need to replenish your tribe. Yes, well, we found that. What's this say? Shaman, the totem pole in the Matak settlement has the power to grant your revenge. Yes, this one here. So, we need to quickly build up our forces and seek our revenge. Shaman, you're yes. Keep thinking that's going to be its unique message. We have 2 houses. Go repair this boathouse. I said last time, even though we didn't get the totem pole for that last time, the vault of knowledge for that last time, we still have it now. You don't need to get it in the previous level to have it in later missions. Okay. I want you to build a house so that we can try and get a few more villagers. Ooh, you finished that. We have 2 boats. I'm going to... don't really have enough space to put another house anywhere. We're going to want lightning. We're going to train up pretty much all of our people. So, boats. Well, they're made from the boathouse. They take 4 wood each. And each of the villages which you put into here will construct 1 boat. And they'll hop out when they're finished. I think you want to have a villager stay in the boat. I seem to remember if the boat's left unoccupied for too long, it will end up blowing up. Again, vague memories. Been there. 5. Go there. You go in there. Each boat can hold 5 people. So I think we'll build 2 of them. And I am going to select all of you. Have you train. Again, we need to be kind of careful because training requires mana. Just like charging our spells do. So we're not going to be able to get all of our spells. That we really need it, but... okay, I want you to build some more boats as well. We've got 30 people, so we're going to need 6 boats. 29 people. 30, including our shaman. Get some more fire warriors. We've got 4. Actually, don't need one of you in there. I'm gonna turn you into a priest. I've got a... It's just shaking around in the boat. There we go. Doesn't feel right training all of my villagers, but hey, we don't really have that much of a choice at the moment. Now, boats are fantastic for getting your people around. However, you do have to be careful because, well, swarm is a death to anyone who's in a boat. Because they all just like, crap, I'm not dealing with these bees. Jumps out of boat into the water. I don't think your shaman will jump out of the boat. I could be wrong on that. Your shaman isn't affected by swarm, but also lightning is great against people in boats because it just hits all of them. And then they're all dead. Okay, thank you. You finished that boat. Fire warriors are pretty good in boats because they can shoot while they're inside of them. Same with a later vehicle we'll get at some point. Okay, I see training is rather slow now. Speed up if I stop charging my lightning. So, you do sort of need to balance it a bit. Okay, hop over there. Shaman, hop over there. And you hop over there. Oh, since we're not training anymore, we can train our lightning spell a bit faster. And there we go. We have our fleet of people. I'm gonna save, just in case this goes horribly wrong. I'll wait for a little bit, just to get our spells up. We don't have to wait. We don't have to defeat the Matak before the time is up, because, well, you'll see in a moment why you want to get off the island. You have run out of time, Shaman, and your revenge has failed. The island has returned to the depths of the ocean. Oh, geez, actually, that... Really? That just straight up kills me. Oh, okay. I thought it would give us a grace period. That's actually kind of bad. 20 seconds to do this. I thought... okay, fine. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I might have to do it again. Yep. Wow. Okay. That's just going to straight up kill me. Okay, we're going to have to restart it. I didn't think it was going to be that strict. Doesn't really make too much sense because, I mean, just because the island sunk doesn't mean that we've lost. We've still got our troops. Oh well. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Hop into boat. Join me as I relearn how this level actually works. We're gonna have to get over there before, like, you know, so we've got a minute and a half left or something. Up in there. Sail off. Come on. There we go. Ooh, bit of a beep there. Okay. I also want to go in there. Ah. Yeah, you can't select individual people in a boat. Oh, just demolish this. You haven't got a timer right now. Okay. You two worship there. And hop in. You could probably attack their base straight off. Without having to do all this. Maybe. I do think you need the extra mana you get, though, from the base to charge up your spells. Okay, I'm going to cancel the flyby by pressing spacebar. That way I can get my people into the boat and it won't take control away from me. Though, careful you don't put your boats over the land which is going to appear, because if your boats get on land, they, well... they fall over. You can knock the boats back into the water by casting blast on them and trying to, like, put them back into the water. They will recover if you're able to do so, but it's tricky to do, and the boats will eventually get destroyed. From the damage from the blasts. Okay. No. You hate timers. Yeah. This one wouldn't be so bad if you had some time, as I just learned, after the, stop standing around. If you could continue the level after it runs out, because it's just the island lowering. It's not like, you know, all you guys are dead, but no, it's just like, when this runs out, you lose if you haven't defeated the enemy. Oh well. The level's not that difficult. It's just, you know. I don't think there's too many timed levels in this game. There's not that many levels in the game, but... okay, it's fine. That's the 4 and 4 of them. Okay, hop in there. Hop in there. Hop in there. I want you lot to go in there. I want you to train as warriors. Oh, frick. Damn it! Yeah, just pause for a moment. That guy died. The reason why that guy died is because I mentioned in my, I think, first stream of this, if one of your villagers is trying to get somewhere and they're not able to get somewhere, they're not able to get to that spot, they will stand there with their hands up in the air. After a while, they'll start taking damage rather quickly and they'll just die. I suppose it's the game's way of, like, dealing with... See here, one of your war people. He was actually trying to get to the land, I think, which we started at, but since that was gone, there's no land for him to go to, so he just ended up dying. It's a bit of a pain. Your shaman can also... that can also happen to your shaman. But your shaman doesn't actually show when she's struggling to get somewhere. She just stands there. Her animation does freeze. You'll note she's not like tapping her leg with the wand she's got, or the staff she's got in her hand. So, but it's if she's trying to get somewhere, eventually she'll pass out as well. Well, fall over and die. 66, 44, 80. Oh yeah. Thank you. I forgot that. I have to up the resolution because in DirectX mode it doesn't update it. I really didn't notice. All those years of playing the game and that. Honestly, sometimes I think older games look better in the smaller resolution because all the, like, you know, bar menus and buttons and all that are, like, bigger. Sometimes it works better, I feel, the HUD. If the view's too big, sometimes the buttons, I think, can be too small. Okay, get there. You two, I want you to hop out and go train. So I hope we're doing well. And there. And there. And there. And there. There. You lot, I want you to train as fire warriors. Fire warriors, I want you to go to there. I want you to go in there. You go in there. No. There's a tool called Populous, which allows you to set the resolution so it remembers it. Okay. I'll have to remember. I'll have to remember that. I might look at it. I don't know. Let's see. You also notice here the scorched land where the building was is still present, even though the whole island there sunk into the ocean. If land is damaged, you can't sink it into the water. I suppose so that you can't sink it, then raise it again to get rid of it. Damaged land is permanent. You have to just wait for it to disappear. The land can't even be sunk into the water. In a way, I suppose that's beneficial. If you've got your guys on damaged land, they're safe from, say, the road. Okay, 2 minutes remain. Go there. We've got a few less people, but... Okay. Go in there. Charge that again. When you get into the boat, I'm going to save again. Okay. Assault 2. Okay. We just need to get this done. Really, it's just worship here. Ignore everything else. It's not important. They all died. Also be careful that your shaman doesn't, like, roll down the hill and into the water. This doesn't take very long at all, I don't think. Okay. Also, your fire warriors, while they're worshipping at a statue like this, will shoot at enemies which are nearby. There we go. and their base just sinks into the water. You have still got to wipe out the rest of them, but that's not difficult to do. Roll, roll, roll. Okay. Yeah! Woo! We've got no home, but we can build on this tiny bit of land. This didn't actually sink into the water since we won, so... Very quick level. Got just 10 minutes to do it. Got the game all set up now, widescreen for a playthrough. Played a couple of missions to test it. I did have a look at what you posted about it all. Don't know whether I'll end up doing with that though. As I said earlier, I'm kind of fine with it not being a widescreen, but... Anyway, treacherous souls. I think I know this. I say that every mission. Once again, we must face 2 tribes. I shall crush the Matak, and then I must deal with the greater threat of the Chumara. Chumara? Hey. Stonehead. Another Vault of Knowledge. Ooh. It's got the swamp spell in it. There's the Matak. And there's Hypnotize. In the Chumara base. Okay. Huh. And there's another stone head over there. Okay. Well. Time to start building houses. I might not want to put one there because it might block off the path up that hillside. Vaguely remember something like that. Oh.
Tsunami.
Join me. Some.
Tsunami.
No, we don't have enough. There we go. Okay. Come back. Oh, build there. And we'll see how many more of these wild men we can get.
Tsunami.
Get them. Yes, worship me. Okay. There's always quite a lot near the enemy bases. You can try and, like, steal the wild men from the enemy base.
Tsunami.
I suppose just deprive them of the extra villagers they get from it, but
Tsunami. 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 Kai.
okay, go up here. How much does it take for this? 6. Okay, well there's a good number of wild men over here. Let's convert these fellows.
Tsunami.
Here we go.
Kai.
Worship there. Let's walk back home and build some more huts. Also, kind of want to be a bit careful of not just filling up your base with huts, because you do need the room for your training buildings. And if I remember, it's a little difficult to place all of your buildings here. Oh no, actually, forget it. I thought this level was one introducing a new villager type, but it's apparently not.
Tsunama. Tsunama. Ka. Tsunama.
That poor guy might be stuck on top of that hill. Oh no, apparently he can get down. Can build up there. Yeah, I think we'll put a watchtower there so that we can build up a Okay, we get a cast of the swamp spell without having to get the Vault of Knowledge with it, with the swamp spell in it. To build a watchtower there as well. I'll have to get some more wild men. Yep, we finished building that. Well done. Build the Fire Warrior training hut there. And the, what's it called? Boathouse. You need to build the boathouse so that it's near the water. You don't have to build it right on the coast. You'll see this place here is fine. It will erode the coast away from the entrance so that the boats can exit the building into the water. So you sort of have to keep that in mind a bit. Like, there's a good spot to put it.
Tsunama. Tsunama. Ka.
Come up here. Go get them before they all die. Build that. Hey, you finished. Nice. I think I would usually build all my training buildings up on top of here. It's like having an Acropolis. What do you mean you can't get back home?
Ka. Tsunama. 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 Kai. Ka.
I don't think we can really get these guys. Unless we built a land bridge there. And, we wouldn't be able to get past these guys.
Ka. Tsunama.
Could try that. We build a land bridge there. Or cast land bridge. See whether they actually end up defending that position. Okay, do I have a temple somewhere? Yes, I do. There. That's some fire warriors.
Tuscazzi. Tsunama. Tsunama.
No.
Taka.
Do you mind?
Ka. Taka.
Well, so much for them.
Ka.
Nah.
Taka. Ka. Ka. Ka.
건너야?
The idea was solid, but
건너야? 원시야?
where can I put you? I think here. I'll put you in there. No, nobody moved into that hut. Let's just build more huts up here. No. go in there.
Wieder. Nuraka.
Kai.
Could put my shaman in there. That's a good overlook spot.
Chayo. Yunshua. Kaya.
Nice. Can all train there.
Wieder. Wieder.
I want 3 of you working on boats.
Wire. Gelei.
You lot can go back to the square. Also, you'll see the massive range we've got on our convert spell because our shaman's in this tower up on top of this hill.
Tsunami.
It's very nice. We basically cast it over this
Tsunami.
entire area.
Oh.
You do? Yep, that guy is stuck over there. Much I can do about that.
Hey. Nibe.
You just stand there.
Kai. Ka.
Actually, come around over here.
Wieder.
Well, I could do this 2 ways. I could get him into a boat, or I could either get my shaman to cast land bridge,
Two scuds.
which would... Actually, it's not going to lower the land there at all.
Kai. Ka.
Pretty nice.
Ka. Ka.
Actually, going to expand the land here a bit,
Two scuds.
so that we've got some more space to build on.
Ka.
Ko.
Oh, hey. The enemy will attack you with boats.
Ka.
Actually, that... They're attacking green. Okay. So... There's all that land there. There's not really anyone on it.
Jia.
You lot,
Kaya. Nuraka.
and you, come over here.
Chayo.
And you two over here.
Kaya.
I'm gonna want you 4 to train as preachers.
Kaya.
You lot as fire warriors.
Kaya.
You lot as warriors.
Kai.
Ko. Gelei. Nibe. Nuraka.
You have to sort of finagle to get your guys close enough to the coastline so that
Yunshia.
people will actually hop in the boat.
Ina.
Ka. Ka.
Yunshu.
Kai. Ka. Ka.
Someone hop in the boat. Get back
Yunshia.
across
Yunshu.
there.
Kai. Ka.
Ina. Yunshu. Yunshia. Ko. Ina.
Ka.
Konaya.
Also, it's just
Yunshia.
easy to have a lot of boats
Kai. No. Ka.
rather than just one.
Ka.
I think also the game was showing a
Kai.
icon every now and then.
Kai. Ka. 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 Kai. Ka. Kai. Ka. Ka. Ka.
Oh, hey.
Taka.
Nope.
Taka.
Sorry. There.
Hey. Nuraka. Chayo.
I was going to say,
Yunshu.
if a boat does get
Ko.
Kai. Ka.
does like lose its
Nuraka.
passengers
Kai. Ka.
off in the ocean,
Wieder.
they will the boats will float back to shore
Ina. Yunshu.
eventually.
Yunshu.
They do so very slowly though, I believe. Are we getting converted somewhere? Oh no. Okay, that's fine.
Chayo.
Often, honestly, it's just easier to build a new boat rather than wait for one to float over to you. At least now that we can build our own boats. I might want to build another base over here. Can't remember whether the AI will take issue with us doing that.
哎，哎，
Ah. Okay, that's the flattened spell.
Go. Yeah.
Kai. Shoka.
Where do you think you're going?
Ka. 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 Ka.
Why did you decide to go around that way?
Ka.
Roll, roll, roll.
Ka.
Oh, hey. Oh,
Can you?
it's some of my dudes. You also see our preacher hopped out of the tower to attack the enemy preacher. They will try and, like, protect your dudes if a preacher comes by, which is rather nice.
Hey.
Gotta get a few extra guys from this. Up in there.
Ka. Ka.
Oh.
Shoka.
Go away.
Ka. Ka.
Are they guarding that spot which I raised? Actually, that was the Matak tribe, wasn't it? Hmm.
Kai. Ka.
Can you?
Ah. There's the boat sinking into the water. Are they guarding over here now? They've got a preacher there. So there's a bit of adaptability, it seems. They sort of recognise that there was a bridge made here and they're guarding it at least a little bit. Maybe they just know where you cast land bridge. They put a guy there. It must be the sunfire that makes people convert.
Kai.
Is it working?
Shoka.
We need more Populous memes.
Shoka.
Age of Empires ones are fantastic and all for the whole, you know, wooloo, but you don't hear about Sunfire and Contour
Taka.
and Punchua.
Taka. Kai. Ka. Shoka.
Zap!
Ka. Ka.
Oh,
Taka.
Go back over there! Ooh, heck. Oh, hey! Their shaman actually came over here. Now would be actually a reasonably good time to attack their base because the shaman's not home.
Kai. Taka. Taka. Ka. 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 Taka. Shoka.
There we go. That was a good hit. Stop that!
Kai. Ka.
Ooh. They converted some of my units.
건너야?
Is Shaman back home now? Can't see the dead
갸루?
blast of
Wonder.
magic.
본이 본유 갸루? 뉴라카 갸루? 본유 윤치우 윤치우 기냐?
깁.
본유 이냐? 본유 에이 길라이
Okay.
이냐?
How much progress do you think we can make on their base if we attack them now? Oh, there's her shaman. We did actually kill her? Maybe. We
건너야?
could do a raid and just
Ka. Ka.
get hypnotized from them. Oh. Hello.
Shoka. Shoka.
Land bridge? Well, you just made my
건너야?
you just made my whole
윤치우
plan a bit easier.
갸루?
Ka.
Just done that to you, but
Setanko. Ka.
invisible.
Ka.
Ooh.
Shoka.
That was a miscast.
Bunaka.
Let's cause some havoc. Get them running around, possibly into our breaches. Get over here.
현시야?
Okay, there's no... Green's not attacking me. Another nice thing is if I cast lightning on this building, she'll actually move to cast lightning on the building and then go back to doing what she was doing. And we get hypnotized. Useful to cast on enemy villagers, particularly their preachers. Use the hypnotize spell to convert enemy followers to your cause, but beware, the effects will fade with time. Yeah, but if you convert preachers, if you hypnotize preachers, and then
Noctana.
they convert people, that conversion's permanent.
Shoka.
Can be a little difficult to set up. Like that. It's nice to cast on the villagers while they're like constructing a building or repairing a building, because they'll be all clumped together. Well, my shaman has been killed, but provided you have some followers left, she will be reincarnated on the reincarnation site. Fell into this tiny pit of water here.
현시야?
Oh. There's a green preacher over there. Oh, they just came to collect him. Okay. And our shaman's back.
원시야? 권유?
Give a hand to the preachers who are able to keep converting while fireballs are flying over their heads. Attacking me. Up. There we go. Yellow is no more. Chumara have been defeated. Victory. There's also a lot of extra land opened up. Does my game also slow down when I pray for new spells, buildings, and when the shaman does dying particles fly over the screen? I haven't noticed any real slow down. Maybe a little bit. Like when the Vault of Knowledge spell appears on screen, there might be a little bit of slowdown. From what I remember, that might just be part of the game. If there's some slowdown there, then part of me says that that might have just always been the case. You remember it happening back in 1998 as well? Probably a bug that never fixed. It is a lot of particles going on screen. So, but if I'm thinking of the right thing, then what I remember, if there's any slowdown there, it's just probably always been like that. As I said, a remake of this game or remaster of this game would be nice. As long as they didn't change things too much. We could actually just cast the land bridge over there. We don't need these boats to get there. Shaman, get over there. Got the hypnotize spell. Ooh. And there's one hut. Can we see that tree which I was talking about before? I forget which level I remember seeing it on. I don't know. People who are wondering what I was doing. I remember if you clicked on the trees with the query button, these are the two types of trees you usually see, but sometimes it would pop up with a third type of tree, which I've never seen in game, which has got a long trunk, straight trunk with a ball up the top of a ball of leaves up the top. But as far as I know, you never see it in any of the levels. It might only appear on a certain terrain type. Uh-oh. Here comes the Matak. There goes the Matak. Wop wop. Take that, you alien-looking headdress-wearing shaman. Oh look, the that's odd. The spell image at the top of there has disappeared. There's a lot of dudes over there. Boink. You might not want to always cast Blast directly on the enemy, because it will, if you cast it, like, just to the left or right of them, you can sort of punt them the other way. If you cast it right on them, you don't really get great control on which direction they go. So sometimes casting it just in front of them, which I'm failing to do there,
Shoka.
is a good idea.
Nocturne.
Nice. Oh, a group of warriors. Yes. Kill each other for my amusement. Oh, I didn't see that. Sigh. Also, hypnotized units might be a good idea to keep them near your preachers, so when the hypnotize wears off, they just instantly start getting converted. Okay, you're casting swamps in your base. It's kind of a big problem for the AI because they're not that good at getting rid of this. They don't get rid of their own swamps. So their own guys will walk into the swamps. Go up here. And I can't worship at the Vault of Knowledge. I need to use my shaman. Also funny, the hats and the preachers disappear when they don't. Well, they start popping up as people die. Okay. Go beat up their shaman. Nice. I wonder what the swords they have are made out of. It's not like we do mining or anything.
Tsunami.
Maybe they're sharpened wood or something. We're just standing around. This is not necessarily the best idea because the enemy shaman's going to appear and going to cause this preacher to run away. Yep. But the blast of magic when she appears acts like a swarm spell. So you can't, can't spawn camp them too much. You'll see. Dead. But what I remember, swamp will kill all the occupants of a house if you cast it on it. I think it does. Maybe they're safe as long as they're inside the house. But as soon as they leave it, they're dead. Also, we get to see the flatten spell. If I cast this on water... There, see? It flattens the land out and puts it into water. So you can sink buildings with it. It's much more used for... there we go. It's much more used for leveling land out to actually give you more to work with. I think if you cast Swamp inside of the enemy's resurrection circle, when they reappear, the swamp will just get removed as well, so... You can't, like... I don't think you can, like, cast a swamp where the enemy shaman appears. Just kill them as soon as they respawn. It just gets removed when they respawn. You can put it where the shaman usually walks to, and they'll just keep walking into it over and over again. warriors actually remind you of one of the cast members from the Predator movie. He's called Billy. Oh. Headband and all that. Yeah, I like, it's really subtle difference on them, but it stands out quite a bit. Easy target. What's this going to be? For the first time, we must face all 3 enemy tribes. I must prepare for a mighty struggle. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember this. Mr. Chamorro. There's a vault of knowledge there with something in it. There's the Dakini. I think they have the earthquake spell in the vault of knowledge, if I remember correctly. There's the Matak, and they have the road. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I think. Oh no, they've got a tornado. Okay. Is there any other stone heads or anything around? No. Might be seeing that other vault of knowledge there. When we get it, I'll explain more about it.
Tsunami Kai.
Don't want to spend. I don't want to mention everything in the game because I like having it revealed as the play goes along. Because I think the pacing in the game's good. It just introduces things at a nice pace. Doesn't overload you as too much at once. Build that there. We build this here. We build Fire Warrior training hut over there as well. So we can build a house over here.
Kai. Ka. Tsunami.
Get you lot.
Tsunami.
Get you.
Ka.
It's the way I keep praising this game. I feel like I should think up some of the flaws of the game. I understand the combat being very hands-off is not. It's not very conductive to, like, tactics. It's sort of just chuck your units into the battle. Shamans are very powerful, and I would completely understand if you can defeat an enemy with just a shaman, especially in the later levels. Land deformation, for as much as I go on about it, sometimes it's not entirely necessary to do. You can expand how much land you have on your you have to do and like build walls around your base, but because it's so easy for like the enemy to just cast a land bridge and sink it, it doesn't really mean much in the end anyway. A lot of the levels are rather, I suppose, set piece-ish. You're not. No, I don't think really any of the levels play like a battle would in, say, Age of Empires, where it's a skirmish match and you're all sort of on an even playing field. For the most part, they're sort of this island hopping, deal with one enemy at a time styling. I think some of the later levels might be a bit more open when it comes to that. But even then, I don't think the AI is anything massively challenging.
Tsunami.
They sort of just send send groups to attack you, and while it can be annoying, it's not necessarily hugely difficult. So. Also, as you see, they've already started with the base for the most part. We have to build up, so the AI is already at an advantage over the top of me. Prevents you from rushing them. Wood can be annoying. If you use up all the wood, then you don't have any. You just have to wait for more trees to appear. You don't really have an option which you can fall back onto if you don't have any wood. I suppose you could demolish a building. to get like the 3 wood used for a house to put it into a training hut if you need it. But you start off with enough wood that it's not that big of an issue until your base is already really large. Put that there. We've got another building coming too. This is all the buildings. There's not one here, so there's only 2 more buildings which we need to get. Up in there. Build this house. You can go over there. Maybe if they did a sequel to this, they could have a bit more of an economy behind it all. Like, supplying resources. And it's kind of what they did in Black and White. In that, you didn't have the shaman, you were just a floating god hand. In the air. But, you know, you'd have to feed your villagers, they would go to the granary to get food. Ah. Hello. How odd of you. Where did you come from? Get out of here. You might think, why did I just kill one of my own villagers? I didn't. I don't have any boats. Well, I mean, I do now. But, yeah, something fishy is going on here. It's related to something which I'm not talking about. Have to keep an eye out for suspicious things. Even this new thing, it's sort of... Honestly, as neat of an idea as they are, they're not that useful. Especially against the AI. But even against the player, though. Okay, go in there. Go in there. We could get a road pretty quickly. That's right at the back of their base. I'm pretty sure you can actually cast the land bridge from here to there. You build like a tower there. Or maybe even if you don't build a tower there. I have another one in here. Not that I can see. Okay. I put that villager, that brave, in the boat so the boat doesn't sink. No, you can reach there. Of course, they'll start attacking you up the land bridge. Do they have that as well? Or is it only one of them? I think they might only have the spells which they have in their buildings. So, Matak here has the Erode spell. Dakini has the Tornado spell. And Chumara have the building. Hey, what are you doing? Are you trying to get wood, which is over in their base? You're casting land bridge. Okay. To overlook their base? Okay. You can go over there. You can go into that house.
Hey.
You can go into that house. Not you. Let's create more villagers. Ah, we're going to need a boathouse as well. Where do I want to put this? Just put it there. Gonna have to wait for the trees to regrow, but yeah, we've got all of our important buildings up. Thanks. Oh, tornado! Sucking up people, sucking up all the wood. When it goes over land, it turns into a water spout. And if it goes over a fire, it becomes like a flaming tornado. It doesn't mean anything, it just changes its appearance. Looks cool. You just cast a land bridge on there again. Okay. Chumra are actually a bit weakened from that now. I don't have the spells charged to really take advantage of it. So peaceful. While it lasts. And you could also, I suppose, and bridge over there. There we go. Hop in this. Hey. Oh! Well, nuts to you! Don't do that. That's not nice at all. And that's pretty terrible. We might want to deal with Matak first. Honestly, because Erode is, you know, tornadoes are terrible, but... And, the other villagers are annoying, but... Erode is just going to get rid of all my land, so... Do you mind? Stop this! Oops. Sorry. Okay, let's build up a bit of a group and go and attack them. You lot, you're going to become preachers. I'm actually going to get a few preachers. There. Up in there. Up here. Yes. I'm very proud of your work.
Hey. Hawaii. Hawaii.
You go there.
Hey. Hawaii.
Go
Hey.
there.
Hey.
Hop in. There we go.
Conchia. Can you?
Go up there. Now. Right. Thanks. Well, you've got to deal with red for the moment, so. That's still annoying. Don't really want you making a land bridge there. They got to start guarding that as well. Oh, they're actually building a watchtower on there. I just got to set off the alarm bells.
Two scuds.
Okay, there we go. Land bridge. Let's go get a road. Because that will help a lot. Hey ho, fellows. Don't mind us. We come on a mission of peace. Don't think they're buying it.
Can you?
Stop! Sod you! Well, that didn't go well. Yep, they're gonna get all my villagers, all my warriors. Wop wop.
Inya. Koni.
Not enough fire warriors.
Can you? Yunchu.
Also, my shaman getting killed. The flashing bars up here can tell you which factions are currently fighting.
Otenga.
Just guard over there.
Taka. 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 Shoka.
Okay, you're still attacking yellow. One of them died in the swamp. Got the tornado. More people dying in the swamp.
Noctan.
Nope.
Konaya.
After battle, it's not too bad. You kind of get like a population. If your buildings are all I haven't been demolished. Don't walk into that swamp. Okay, actually. Good.
Dasanko. Ka.
Dasanko.
Ka.
It takes a few casts to be able to sink things into the ocean, and it's only got 2 charges. It's best to cast it on low areas, though casting it on high areas is useful because it rapidly lowers the area and it can cause the buildings to explode. But if an area is close to the water level already,
Kai. Ka.
I'm sorry?
Shoka.
Nope. Get out of here. We don't have any preachers. Or preachers. Hey!
Two scouts.
Just level that. The hill being demolished caused that preacher to get interrupted. Oh, and right there they were getting rid of the template for a building which they had placed down. See, they'll jump on it. Nope. Why you... Really? You're building a house on the land bridge. Okay.
Shoka. Dasan.
Yeah. Not very useful there. More useful to cast it, say, up there. Where? Oh, hey! Matak are attacking from that direction. Let's pull back and let them just deal with them over there. Poor Chamorro tribe getting attacked from 2 different angles. That guy was converting for a long time. They might be at 200 population. Nope. There goes your retinue. Still there. Well, I'm glad that I did hit you with that, not the tree.
Ka. Aka. Noctana.
Ooh, also, another thing I just remembered was hypnotized units. If you send hypnotized units into a training building, and they get trained before the hypnosis wears off, they will become permanently yours. You'll have to send them into another training building of a type which they're not. Say, a preacher into a warrior training hut. But that is another way you can get permanent control over them. If you absolutely must have those guys. But just little neat things.
Noctana.
They're fighting each other. I convert them. They both team up on
Ka.
yellow.
Ka.
Shaman actually won against them because they were so badly injured. Let's get this building. I can stop being so stupidly enigmatic about it. The short one's wearing thin. Yay! Yellow is no more.
나야? 진유.
We can take over this land.
체류. 권유. 권유.
Though it is kind of right in between two enemies. I think we'll go for red next. Here we go. Ooh.
나야?
New building. What is it? It's going to tell us? Should. No? Okay, fine. Yeah, look at all those trees which have popped up. We'll build it over here. So this building is a spy training hut.
나야?
It trains spies.
권유.
They do basically what you'd think they do. You can disguise them as followers, a brave of another faction, and sneak them into the enemy base. From there, they can perform acts of espionage, basically just setting buildings on fire. Which is kind of neat if you want to deny an enemy from training their, you know, training their villagers for a bit, but honestly, it tends to be a one-way suicide mission, and because as soon as they set the fire, they've been discovered, basically. But I'll train at least 2 of them so we can see how they work. It's more annoying for the enemy because you have to just pay attention to them. You can reveal them as being a spy. If you see an enemy villager, or if you see a brave of your, one of your braves running around and you're like, that's a spy. If you right click on it, it will reveal its true colors. But usually they'll like hide behind your buildings and try and set it on fire. So they do also have a unique voice. It's quite neat. Let me see. Yeah, they wear this black hood over the top of them. Though only you can see that. The enemy, as we saw with that brave, which I killed early on, to me they just look like, from other faction spies, just look like normal braves. Go. So sneaky. Let's see. They say, spies are created by training braves or any other follower in the spy training hut. They are subversive followers who can disguise themselves as the enemy and then use this ability to sabotage enemy buildings. To do this, first select one or more of your spies, then choose which player color you want to disguise them as, and click on the same colored disguise icon on the control panel. That's not really immediately helpful. What it means is that you select them, and then you click up here, and you'll see their loincloths flashing, and after a bit, it will settle on the faction color. While it's flashing, it means that they're not disguised. You have to wait for it to stop flashing. So, and they will only appear as braves for the enemy. You can't make them disguised and look like preachers or warriors or anything like that. They're weaker than braves, so they're not fighters at all. Yeah, let's continue. Your spy will then don the colors of the enemy, although your followers will ignore him. You can then send him into enemy territory without fear of attack. To sabotage a building, simply select one or more of your spies and left-click on an enemy building. They will then walk to the building and set it alight. To unmask an suspected enemy spy, you can do a number of things. If an enemy spy passes one of your spies, or passes a guard tower with one of your spies inside, he will be seen and unmasked. So spies are used to discover other spies. If your followers catch an enemy spy whilst you're sabotaging, if they're near enough to him while he's setting fire to the building, they will automatically attack him. If you see a disguised enemy spy, whether he is in your settlement or not, move your mouse over him and right-click to blow his cover. And you'll see the life and strength are very low. So, we'll see whether we can actually get this guy to perform his appropriate action. I don't know whether they're immune to preachers. I think they are, until they're discovered. Actually, genius. It might be good to get him in invisibility, so that he pops up in their base rather than moving him into their base like this. I don't know. I don't seem to remember having too much difficulty just moving them into the base. It's like, after a while, their cover will just get blown regardless, from what I remember. Because the AI would just be like, yeah, it's a spy, get rid of it. It's also obvious that a unit's a spy because you can't give it orders. You'll be selecting a brave and it'll be like, it won't be selecting it. So, also I think, unlike, it will have this selecting box around it, I think. Anyway. Okay. So now you're super sneaky. And, it sends you to set fire to a building. You do have to kind of do it away from enemy units. Like, I couldn't really set this building on fire because these fire warriors are going to be constantly going past and they'll see him sitting behind there trying to set fire to it. So, I could probably do it to this building, which means basically nothing, but we get to see what it's like. Looks left and right. And there we go. You know. Yep. And he was discovered there. He set fire to the building while he was in the air, though. That's a good job. And it takes the building down one level, so they have to spend one wood to repair it. It also sends the people inside running out in terror. They're neat. They're more of a harassment thing than something which is going to win you a battle, though. I don't know whether you can use them to attack enemy preachers if they're converting your guys. I think the act of giving them an attack order makes them drop their cover, and then they just end up getting caught by the preacher. It's been so long, I really can't remember. What's that? Oh. They're attacking over there. Okay. I think we'll wait until we've got some more of these. It is nice that the AI attack each other. It means that things are going on even while you're not actively participating. They're just these little skirmishes between each other, though. There's another nice little detail, which we actually just saw there, where the enemy's units are if they're going to be sent off to attack the enemy, just before they do so, they'll actually sit down and do that praying motion before they walk off. Which is a nice little thing. Your units don't do that. I wish they did, but you can sort of tell when they're aiming for an attack. One, because they collect their units at a spot, and then they'll all sort of sit down, pray for a little bit, and then run off. Like the shaman was nearby. It's all these little details that I keep saying which make this game so enjoyable to play. For me, at least. It's just so much detail went into it. Never disregard the bees. Okay. You can also do this. You can use land bridge in a defensive manner. As I said, if a building gets on too steep of a incline, it will actually explode. I don't know what the game's talking about there. Odd. Everyone can get there. Get out of there. Okay, let's spend that mana we're getting to charge up a bunch of our spells. Just a little bit. Ah, they just shoved him into the water. Oh, hey. That's not too good. Hey! I know you're peeved. Let's go get this. Okay.
Und hier?
Just little fights going off everywhere. Look him up. Get him. Okay, cool. And now we've got tornado. Even if we die, they can't take that away from us. Stop this! Splash. Sploosh. There's a tornado on that building. Hopefully it will get rid of it all. Don't think it will. Nope. Okay. anything else I want to say about things? You can get rid of buildings with blast. It will take quite a few shots, but blast does do damage to buildings.
Taka. Taka.
That will eventually, like, take the building down a level. It's a rather slow way of dealing with it, though.
Ka.
Oh,
Kai.
You're all pretty much done for it. Oh, they demolished 2 of my buildings. That's nice of them. I'm gonna have to wait for the land to not be destroyed. We could just build over here, though. Sounds like a plan.
Kai. Ka.
And you.
Noctan. Ka.
You can hypnotize units inside of towers.
Kai.
I think you can hypnotize people inside of houses as well, maybe?
Ka.
Chayo? Chayo?
Ka. Ka.
Shu.
Do you mind?
Kai. Shoka. Taka.
Into the water you go. And you.
Taka.
Whee! Yeah, your boat's on land now. What are you gonna do?
Taka.
The boat exploded. That's fine.
Ka.
I didn't really want to cast another blast. It probably would have knocked my preacher out of position.
Kai. Ka. Shoka.
Is that all?
Ka.
No.
Ka.
There's still some dudes around somewhere. In there? Nope. There? Your shaman can also dismantle buildings. I don't think she's particularly good at it, but... Oh, there you are.
Ka.
How annoying. Oh, there's a guy also.
Kai. Ka.
Okay, you're back. Ow!
Shoka.
Respect your betters. There we go.
Kai.
Red is no more. Let's go back here. I think spies which have been disguised as a faction which then gets destroyed will still retain the colors of the original faction, which was destroyed. They can kind of collect spies of the defeated factions as like trophies if you want.
Kai.
Yeah? Here? Hey? Here?
I could just click on the buildings to separate you out.
Kai. Ka. Kula.
Okay. We also shouldn't forget that this is a round world. Green can get into my base from over here. And I have a fire warrior defending this land bridge which I built. These guys here too. Adaptability. I wonder how far they'll go with that. If I build a land bridge from here to there, will they actually build a, like, tower there to defend that? Or maybe put some units there to defend that position? I'm gonna try. That ground hasn't stopped burning yet. Smoldering.
Kai.
Building more bases also just means that you've got more, like, space to fall back on. If they destroy one base, then, you know, you've still got another one. Though, because of the population cap, you can't really populate them all, but... Okay, if I send you up here... Cast a land bridge from here to there. Behold the power of my magic! So cool. And, well, my shaman got blasted off and rolled down into the water. Oh well. Oh yeah. Tornadoes will also suck up wood from trees. So, if they do go over a tree, you can remove a bit of the resources that way. They will, like, toss the sticks around and they'll become piles of wood. No. A minor setback. Can't actually get up there. Probably send some guys to defend that. Oh.
Kai.
I'll just hold off for a moment. That burnt ground's still there now? No. Okay. You can use all these massive amounts of trees which have grown in our base. Oh, to have flattened. Land bridge really isn't an efficient way of expanding your bases. Find out. I mean, you know, you do that. Latin's just so much easier. One square there is too steep.
Wieder Gelei. Oh, Kinsa.
Kai.
Aya. Muraka. Aya. Muraka. Aya. Gelei. Aya.
one in there.
Hey. Kilo.
Okay, we've got 9, 10, 11. Go up here.
Go. Kinsa.
There's no like build timer on constructing a house or a structure like this. It's merely besides the flattening of the land or the template or the plan, and then when they stare at it to get the first level up. As long as if all the wood they need is nearby, they can build it really quickly. So the main reason for a building taking time to construct is just having to locate the wood for it.
Inga. Kalo. Kayo. Kayo.
Okay. I want all of you to go somewhere where I'm not going to need to. Well, I'm not going to select you. There.
Kaya. Nuraka. Aya. Nuraka.
I want you to help that. It's 2 wood in there, 1 wood in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just standing around again.
Kia. Kinsa. Aya. Kalo.
Go. You two can move over here. You could like flatten out all this to build on as well.
Kai. Ka.
Why not? For the moment at least. I'm just waiting for my forces, my numbers to build up.
Tuskatsi.
So we can train more
Ka.
dudes.
Tuskatsi. Ka. 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 Tuskatsi. Ka. Tuskatsi. Ka. Tuskatsi. Ka.
Do building plans get removed over there? I don't think building plans disappear if they aren't constructed in time. I think they hang around for as long as until they've built.
Kai. Tuskatsi. Ka. Tuskatsi. Ka. Ka. Tuskatsi.
This is similar to Populous too. Just expanding the land so you have more room to put houses on. time? Oh, it is 2 hours. I'll finish this level before we finish for tonight. The levels are getting longer, so we weren't able to do as much. More, you know, building up your base, training your dudes, attacking the enemies one at a time. You can't really steamroll too much in this game, I feel, because your army is able to be wiped out so easily. Okay, go in.
Kai.
Also, because none of the units you can train are just like overwhelmingly powerful. Warriors are, yes, but you know, you can have an army of 100 warriors and all it takes is one preacher to get rid of all of them. I don't think there's a cap on how many units a preacher can convert at one time, so you need to have those preachers in there. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah. Warrior. Fire warriors. You can train as warriors. You two can train as preachers. 3 can train as preachers. And as I was saying, spies are neat for their abilities and all that, but they really don't have a purpose, a role during a battle, I feel. They're kind of micromanagey, fiddly to use. Tend to just get forgotten during a battle. I mean, you could move them into an enemy base along with your units and burn buildings with them, but in the havoc of battle, I think I've found often they just end up getting shot by fire warriors and killed.
Cola?
You could use them before you attack, but, you know, you're gonna have to get through all this, and most likely they'll have repaired the building by the time you get to there. Maybe the plants do disappear after a while. I'm sure there was one there. One there. Not like it really matters. Plans are completely free to place down. Okay, move over to there. I want you to train as fire warriors. We need more. I mean, fire warriors are pretty powerful. Enough of them can deal with most enemies before they get to you, but a shaman can just blast them all away and or a swarm. And then they're going to be scattered and possibly get within range of a preacher. Got some spells still to convert, to charge up. There we go. Yeah, erode is kind of expensive. Just building all these extra houses, even if they don't have full complements of people living in them, has helped because it's making our population boom. Through the miracles of nature. There's a bit of slowdown when I zoom in and out like that. And I think you can zoom in on this. Actually, just zooming out all the way zooms out to the world view. Okay. The Matak aren't actually attacking us. Thought they would still be doing so. Okay, go over here. What are you doing? Oh. Must get tree from that. Must get wood from that tree. We could be sneaky and like attack from here where they have the least defense. Actually,
Kai.
there's something which you could do. Let's try this. Oh, I think my boat got destroyed. Yeah, there's no boats anywhere now. Because there wasn't villagers or braves in the boats. Go make a boat. Be quick enough. You walk over there. Have we got enough for max population? Yeah. Down some more lands. There we go.
Kai.
Come over here. Come on.
Kai.
Pick up the shaman. There we go.
Kai.
And green are down here. Can't actually get... We'd have to go all the way around. Actually, can we even get over to that side? I don't think we can. The world is completely ringed by land. So this is one ocean. This is the other ocean. Let's show them the effects of time. You want to be careful of those fire warriors. There we go. Yes. Remember how you had this spell? Got this spell now too. Don't feel so special now, do you? Ah. Just zoom past there. Yeah, you want to be really careful of fire warriors. They might actually deal more damage if you're in a boat. That might just also be my imagination. Or misremembering. I really like how the houses just sink into the water. Who knows how deep this ocean is? Some better ocean of water effects would be nice in this game. It really is just sort of textured land. Doesn't really look like water at all, but... I mean, it looks neat. Having some waves or something lapping on the shores would be nice. Maybe it would make it look too different. You didn't need to get that close to cast it, but... Oh, also another thing, while you can erode the land under a resurrection circle so that there's just water underneath it, when the enemy shaman dies and respawns, the ring of magic which appears from her when she respawns will level the land out so there'll be land underneath it. Again. You can't just spawn camp her like that by removing the land out from underneath her, thinking she'll drown every time you time she respawns.
Shoka.
Nope.
Ka.
The AI doesn't actually have a good answer to me doing this. Because they don't have flattened. And that's what they'll use later on to combat you using a road like this. Also, it's a bit of a slow way to deal with their base, but...
Gina. Ka. Ka.
Sorry? Was there a fire warrior in that hut? I'm sorry. I want that house to burn. Thank you. Yeah, there was a fire warrior in that hut. Okay, important note. Fire warriors in huts can actually shoot out of the hut. I think I mentioned that earlier on. I don't know. Bit of an ambush. Ah.
Ortenga. Ka. Ortenga.
No. Stinky swamp gas.
Ka. Vunaga. Ka.
Okay. Move up here. Cast erode there. There we go. That's where you want to be casting. Erode on very high land.
Ka. 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 Vunaga. Ortenga. Shoka.
They started running out screaming and then they all died in the swamp.
Gina.
Oh, bugger. Well, it was a little too close there, and the shaman hopped out of the boat to cast the spell. Then she got punted into the water. Oop. The shoreline is a swampy mass, though. Okay, good, you're back. So, actually, I might train some fire warriors and put them in the boat.
Kai.
So that you've got some people to defend you. 199 population, and erode is still draining my mana a little bit. To charge it. Some of the spells just take a lot of mana to charge up. Let's see. What's that one? I can't remember what this spell is. This one down here, from what I remember, changes. Like, this square is not any spell in particular. There's a number of spells which can actually occupy this square, from what I remember. And they're all temporary, so...
Kai. Ka.
Shaman in the boat. You hop in there. There.
Ka. Ka. Ka.
Oh, it's yeah, we've seen it in an earlier level. It's magical shield.
Shoka.
I wonder if magical shield does have a chant for it in the files, but it was just never linked up properly. Or is it just something the game's lacking completely?
Shoka.
They just overlooked it.
Ka.
Yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have burnt the house down. That won't sink into the ocean. Sink into the sea now. Yes! Oh, come near the ocean. Drown!
Shoka. Shoka. Taka.
Roll, roll, roll. Go over here. You can stack swamps on top of each other. That way they'll have to put
Dasan.
multiple units into the swamp.
Ka.
Ooh. Actually, another good thing to do with people in a boat. If you're able to hypnotize units in a boat, they'll just jump out of the boat. It will be like a swarm was cast on them.
Ka. Shoka.
Ah!
Noctan.
No, you don't. I hypnotize my people back. He's your brother.
Kai. Kai.
My boat.
Ka.
Hey.
Kai.
Multiple hypnotizers later.
Ka.
I did even cast the lightning on you in the end. It just didn't do anything.
Ka.
How annoying.
Ka. 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 Kai.
In that situation, the hypnotize will eventually wear off and they'll just be my units. So essentially I've hypnotized my own. The hypnotized units will just turn back to my side.
Ka. Ka. Ka.
Okay, are they attacking me somewhere? No. Okay. Come and attack. There's really not that many of them left.
Dasan.
Ow.
Ka.
Okay. Crack team. Go. Lightning. And that should be about the end of the Matak. I think only some of their units are getting converted currently. You didn't have that too big of a base. We can demolish the buildings that they have. It's funny seeing those brawls going on in the far distance. Yeah, an interesting thing is that the sprites don't actually get smaller the further away they are. They stay at the same size unless you zoom in the camera. Alright, we'll call it a draw. Like, same size. Unless you zoom in like this. Even then they stay. Yeah. Okay. You my guy? Yeah, you're my guy. Also, you'll have to disguise the spy to get access to their set building on fire. I think. Yes. You can set trees on fire too. deny them the resources of the tree. That's probably a more useful tactic, but because it completely burns the tree down. Yeah! Victory! Everyone performing Congo lines. Will they join up? No. Look at them all. So happy. And a rather large base. Okay. Yeah, that took an hour and 14. Certainly a longer level. What's the next one? Aerial bombardment. Ah. Yes, okay. That's going to be a pretty fun one. We're going to get access to the last building in that one. It's more useful, I think, than the spies. But that's going to be next time. So we'll save this here. We'll save over assault. And we'll continue as Populous next time. As I said, the levels are going to get longer. So they're going to take... we're going to be able to finish less missions each session now. But where are we up to? Up to here. So 2 more levels. And then we'll be up to these ones. Oh boy. Part of me is kind of dreading that because I haven't played... It's been ages since I've played, like, maybe past this level. As I said, I think it's been at least probably over at least 2 decades since I've actually finished this game. And certainly these later levels I haven't played in ages. Last time I played this, I might have gotten up to here and stopped it. Sun's looking nice in hardware. It is. It's got the nice little actual like plasma-y warp effect on it rather than the sort of just, I suppose, specular sort of lighting effect on it. Really neat. And it's nice seeing all the levels in the distance, as I saw last time, as I mentioned last time as well. You can actually see what the levels look like in the future, because they're actually displaying the landmass which you'll be fighting on. Whereas in software mode, they're all just grey fuzzy. Doesn't have the landmass on them, so that's another nice detail. What about the expansion? Yes! Yes, I mentioned last time. Buying this game on GOG.com actually came with the expansion Undiscovered Worlds, and I have never played that, so I'm pretty sure I will play through that. That was not available in Australia as far as I know. If it was, I never saw it, and I wasn't even aware it was a thing. From what I read on Wikipedia, it was only available in the UK and the US, so that's going to be completely new content for me. I haven't played it just because I would want to play through the base game before I played through it before, so if we get to that, yeah. But the expansion takes place after the base game of Populous, so look forward to that. I wonder how many. I think it's like 12, 13 levels or something like that. Maybe a bit less. There's also these divots around the last level there. I always thought they were from the expansion, but I think that's just like fanciness. Anyway, we will continue with Populous at the beginning next time. My continued praising of the game as I go down memory road. Oh well. It's a really nice game. As if I haven't said that enough. You really like the look of the box? You only own the base game in box version. Yeah. The way the box looked was a big reason why I ended up buying the game. It's just got the planet with all these like spells going off on it, and it looks great. And the CD has got the same image on it, so it looks really nice. My CD is terribly scratched. I'm pretty sure it still works though. But yeah, I actually have the box just over here. Yeah. Hold on. I pulled it off my shelf. Yeah, it's a little bit torn, but 3D strategy game of biblical proportions. It just showcases a bunch of the different spells at the back. The geomorphic graphics engine provides a clear global view from your seat in the heavens and a morphing dynamic battleground. I'm glad it was able to deliver on all that, because I believe I bought the game without really knowing too much about it, and I was very happy to find about it. Seems the expansion is 12 levels, but listed as single level, so I'm not sure if it's campaigny. Seems a bit like Command & Conquer expansions, with just various missions. Okay. Interesting, I'll have to look into that. Anyway, that will be it for Populous for tonight.